Hello and welcome back to the White Pew podcast. I'm ZM and it is Sunday the 30th of November 2025. If you don't know, the White Pew is a website that I run with my friend and collaborator Gabrielle de la Puente. Gab's based in Liverpool, I'm based in London. Between these two cities, we take turns publishing a text every Sunday about art most of the time or exhibitions, but then also just about whatever takes our fancy, like music, films, telly, books. We publish those texts on thewhitepube.com, and this podcast feed is where we put the audio versions of those texts so you can listen to us, the writers, read our own words in our own voices. I will give you a heads up actually before I start reading. This is my last text of the year, and I think the last White Pube text of the year. That's it. As of tomorrow, it is December, and we're taking our annual December holiday. Finally! I don't think we've taken our December break properly for the past couple of years because we were writing a big novel and other bits, I guess. But it'll be nice. We'll come back in January refreshed and with a million ideas. But this is the text that I will leave you with to say goodbye for a month, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, etc. Which seems very early, right? Preemptive. But I won't see you, so just bear that in mind. Okay, this week's text is ABBA Voyage. You might have heard of it. I hope you have. Maybe you've seen the adverts. This feels a bit left field for me, so bear with. I normally do stick to writing about contemporary art, which feels like a weird point of stubbornness. But I went to go see this ABBA show with my mum, took her for her birthday, and it felt like incomprehensible to me that I would not write about this. I had so much to say. Okay, I'll get to reading, and then at the end I will give you the emoji, and that is it. Okay. I will admit, I'm scared of my Google Home and my Amazon Alexa. I'm scared of ChatGPT. Her is a horror film to me. Where is the cloud? Who is Siri? What is AI? I think there is something uneasy about the immateriality of all this technological development. Where are the bodies? A body is real. You can see it, touch it, sense it. It has presence. It is fixed. You can place it in space, gauge its distance. I don't know how much a gigabyte weighs or how it moves through the world. Admitting this feels strange. It functions like a secret. It is slightly undesirable. It also feels like I am privileging the body as an instinct in a way that doesn't offer explanation or justification. I fear and dislike Alexa, Google, Siri because they are disembodied voices that haunt my kitchen bedroom phone. I'm pulling all of this out from the back of my head, holding it up for inspection. Do I fear Alexa, or do I fear what I cannot see? Do I hate technological advancement on principle, like a Luddite? Or is this about the primacy of embodiment? Is Alexa's disembodiment threatening to me because I fear she might be some Cthulhu-style eldritch entity, a second away from a mask-off tentacle moment? Or does a computer's sophisticated neural network somehow threaten my humanity? Is my humanity that fragile? It must be, because I cannot really articulate what it is in any meaningful way. How would I feel if Alexa actually had a body? Would she be less threatening? How would a body make the weirdness of tech more assimilable? Is the bodilessness a shortcut to omniscience? Cutscene. I am standing in the cold at a zebra crossing in arse end of nowhere, East London, somewhere so deep east it's accessible by DLR. I'm wearing a fur coat and there is glitter around my eyes. My breath mists in front of me. I blink up at a hulking metal stadium. It is all angles, bulging out in the middle like a takeaway container or a spaceship. Across this round belly there are 4 letters in shimmering rainbow lights. ABBA. My mum and my aunt are calling my name, telling me to get a clip on because it's nearly snowing. They are wearing sparkly tops and shiny lipsticks. Cutscene. We are in the purpose-built ABBA Stadium in the weird wooden lobby. There's something like dried flowers, ribbons, pampas grass all hanging from the ceiling. Everyone has a drink, everyone is laughing, moving, bumping up against each other in friendly ways. A group of women walk past me. They are wearing wigs and white plastic boots, shiny matching ponchos. A woman on my other side has the ends of her hair flicked out. She's wearing big yellow tinted sunglasses indoors. The woman in front of us at the bar turns to her friend and says, "Well, everyone loves ABBA. That's the thing. Everyone loves ABBA." They laugh in a way where they grip onto each other's shoulders while tilting their heads back and leaning away. Cutscene. I am up in the nosebleeds, the second row from the back, at the furthest right edge. The stadium is dark. There are blue lights speckled over the crowd beneath me. Wobbling rings of light descend from the ceiling, and they rotate. Everyone is quiet. There is a rumbling sound, distant music. There is smoke. There is blinding light. Rising up from the back of the stage, 4 shadows. ABBA Voyage is a very particular thing, I think. You kind of know it before you know it. The performers are actually holograms, avatars, projected onto the stage using a very high-tech, expensive version of basically a Victorian magic trick. The avatars are also high-def CGI renders. Their movements are based on real performances. The band members wore motion capture suits, and 160 cameras track the movements. They appear on stage as their flawless younger selves. You are not allowed to take photos during the performance. This is very much emphasised and policed. The holograms function like a kind of secret. The stadium is purpose-built, collapsible, designed to be packed up and shipped to a new location with as small a carbon footprint as possible. The ABBA Arena's permission expires in April 2026. I think it's due to be replaced by a housing development. Oh, and maybe love is too strong a word for it, but everyone knows ABBA. Back to the cutscene. I'm there up in the nosebleeds. I'm there knowing the holograms are about to rise up through the smoke. I'm there fully shitting myself at the mere thought that Alexa and my Google Home are conspiring against me in my absence. I'm there privileging the body, knowing that I want the body, wanting my humanity to be affirmed through this centrality of the body. 4 shadows. ABBA. Rising up through the smoke and the rumbling bass. The weird sci-fi sounds of The Visitors, a song I don't actually know because I only know ABBA from Mamma Mia, the film, and White People Weddings. I am not actually a fan. The heads, the shoulders, the bodies. And from my weird angle in the nosebleeds, second from the back, furthest right, the holograms look skinny flat. They are on a wonk. They are visibly two-dimensional. I'm seeing them on their flat edge. My mum and my aunt are looking at me strangely because I am crying, laughing. Howling, actually. I bet these holograms look very spectacular if you're at the front, down in the pit of the crowd, but I'm in the cheap seats and they look crap. It is hysterical. I have tossed this around in my head many times. If I'm an art critic, how do I want to approach a review of ABBA Voyage? I'm an art critic with an agenda, a style, a position. This could be a text about the spectacular and the shape that large-scale culture has taken in response to the digital. Everything is immersive now. I keep returning to these immersive art experiences, David Hockney's Bigger and Closer, Frameless, and the immersive Van Gogh thing near Spitalfields, hoping that at least one of them will make me want to write about post-digital affect. They never do. But ABBA Voyage feels related to these immersive large-scale forms and also related to the relentless sluice of art mag think pieces about slop, AI, the enshittification of visual culture because we keep handing off slices of it to big tech bros who don't understand or value it. This could be a text where I regurgitate a conversation between 2 post-internet art bros that was probably published on Rhizome sometime around 2015 about how the digital spirits away the body only to call it back in more uncanny and synthetic forms. This could be a text where I write directly about the filthy fucking capitalism of it all. Over a decade of funding cuts, housing development TBC, this thing is making serious money. And it's just some tech guy pressing play on a very large .mov file. I could write about spectres, ghosts, Victorian illusions. To write about how I am wordlessly engaging in body supremacy is actually the long way round. But there it is. this is the most truthful version of this review. I prioritise the body. I look for the body. I fear the bodilessness of contemporary-ish tech. I fear a world where intelligence is vast, encompassing, singular, omniscient and omnipresent, and definitely not human. And then I went to ABBA Voyage and I saw the flat holograms and I laughed. I realised that if this was all in a body, it would be hilarious. For a body to be convincing, it has to be crap. The body is abject. The body is shit. Pathetic. It is mass. It is goopy gunk. The avatars are flat. Crap. But they're also too perfect. They move with tight precision, so seamlessly they are completely poreless. They're not shit enough to be convincing, and they're not convincing, so they're a little bit shit. Isn't that a delicious little oxymoron? A messy little tension to hold in a knot. Cutscene. I stop laughing long enough to look around, and the crowd is on their feet. Me with my mum and my aunt, and thousands of others, girls and mums and aunts and all the different kinds of women that enter our lives and love us. The stadium is actually a massive extended family party. All of us in sparkly tops and shiny lipsticks, with glitter around our eyes. All of us dancing to Dancing Queen, holding hands, wine drunk and belting into each other's faces. The avatars, the holograms, the illusion, the post-digital spectral bodies and all their crap not crap enoughness. None of that actually matters. Whatever's on stage is not important to the room because actually everyone does love ABBA and we are all having a nice time. Okay, there it is. That's the review. I think I've left a lot on the table with it, but we're going to leave it at that. Brief, 1,500 words. Tight. I'll leave it to you to figure out my ambivalence toward it all and figure out where I actually stand, because I'm not entirely sure yet. But that's the review, and for my emojis, please can I have... you know there's like a little David Bowie emoji in the people section, like towards the end where it's dress up. Is that emoji still there? Please can I have that and a version of that, whichever one looks the most like you. And that is it. Thank you very much for listening. That's the last review of the year. I will see you in January. Happy New Year. Have a nice Christmas. I hope you have a nice break over through December yourself. Okay.